And tell your neighbor too, so we can get our fair share of funding for our health, our education, and things as simple as our roads and bridges. As the deadline is nearing, make sure you get counted and benefit our wonderful San Juan County. Complete the census when you receive your invitation or visit 2020census.gov. Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it's time to take our weekly trip to the Encouragement Lab. Communications professor Dr. Mike Hadaba is right there in the lab, standing by. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for being with us, and today we're kind of going back to our roots. You were telling me we're going to talk about the basis of the whole lab, encouragement.
Exactly. We call it the Encouragement Lab for a reason.
Right.
And so I thought let's talk about that word because there is some really, really important background to that. And I just want to tell our listeners that, when you commit to being an encourager, the benefits are for you. And so that's why I do it, is I get the benefits.
Right, true. But the rest of us do as well, don't we? If we're listening properly and engaging properly, right?
Well, and the goal is to be win-win, right? I mean, that's a principle. And the thing is that when I encourage others, it not only builds them up, it builds me up, and it gives me, purpose and meaning, and allows me to move forward. And again, the benefits are just for everybody. And what's funny is, like I said, is people think, wow, you're giving to me by being an encourager, but actually I do it sometimes for selfish reasons because it gives me back more in return.
True, right. And so if we all want to do more of this in our everyday lives, how can we be more encouraging?
Well, let's look at the word. So the word encourage means with courage, or to inspire courage in others. So we're making others brave by challenging them to do things that maybe they're not comfortable doing, or maybe seeing things in them that they don't see. And one of the ways that I describe it best to people is see people for what they can become. And that is the best way to be an encourager.
Got it. Interesting. Okay. And so we can use this everywhere, can't we? We can be encouraging everywhere. In every encounter almost that we have.
Well, think about it. So one of the things I do a lot in my coaching business is I encounter people that have complaints. It's like, how come my partner won't do this? Or how come the people around me aren't responding to me in a positive way? And I'm like, because you're seeing them in the negative light that you're describing them to me, right? It's so see them for what they can become. And that's the natural way to be an encourager, right? I'm giving you courage to go do the things that you need to do. And there's a great scene in The Lion King, where the Simba has his dad behind him, and all of a sudden he feels like he's the big lion, but it's actually his dad behind him acting like what Simba can become.
Right.
And so to me, that's what an encourager is to highlight and show people, hey, look, this is what you can become. Quit getting caught up in the past or in what others think you are. Instead, become the person that you can become. And that's, to me, encouragement. Okay.
Interesting. But now these days, Dr. Hadaba, you will agree, though, that it's maybe a bit harder to be encouraging when we're spending our fifth month at home and the kids are setting up the laptop on the dining room table and they are trying to do this online learning and we're working from home and all these different things. Can we still be encouraging with all that stuff going on?
Not only can you be, it's even more important. Right now, as we head into this, so let's pile the emotions of an election on top of all this, right?
Yes. Bring it on.
It's the year that keeps getting better, right? Is see people for what they can become, and that will pull you out of the mire. That's kind of depression recovery 101 is if you can. Now keep in mind, some people chemically and are unable to do this because of other reasons. So I want to be clear about that.
Right.
But I will tell you that the biggest way out of your own doldrums is to go help somebody else out of theirs. If you're capable of doing that, it is hands down the best advice I can give anybody on how to overcome a dark place in their own life, is go help somebody else out of whatever problems they're in. And the safest way to do that is to know areas that you have a positive impact in, and tie into that and get your own encouragement, and then go help others. And I just recently I had a friend that I was in a play at San Juan College ask people online, so remind me of what's your favorite memory of us in a play.
Okay.
And I love the responses, and I was in a play with this person there at San Juan College, and I boiled it down to one moment where I said a line in this play, "You're amazing," and that's all I had to put, and immediately it connected to him, right? And then you see people encouraging him, and him encouraging others as he engages in that. Well, that's a great example of being an encourager. He didn't say, "Oh man, it's horrible, we can't do live theater right now." He said, "Remind me of a time we've done live theater, and what was your favorite memory?"
Got it.
That's an example of somebody being an encourager. So you probably, one of the things people need to do is realize that being an encourager doesn't mean you're some like superhero that needs to somehow have just beyond anybody's expectations of what it is they can do. It just means, hey, what can I do right now that will add a smile to somebody's face, or help them to see that maybe what they see right now is impossible becomes possible. And that to me is what an encourager is.
Very good. Well, we're glad that we are at the Encouragement Lab every week, Dr. Hadebaugh, for a little booster taste of encouragement. So thank you.
Well, that's what we'll try to keep doing, is encouraging everybody. So tune in every week, Wednesday mornings.
There you go. That's true. And watch it on Facebook or YouTube after the fact. It's always there as well. So, Dr. Hadebaugh, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's Dr. Mike Hadebaugh. He is with me every Wednesday from the one and only Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE Farmington.
Hi, I'm Sam Payne, host of The Appleseed, an hour filled